All right, you guys, welcome to this extended pick-a-pile that I first started on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Instagram, and now I'm bringing to YouTube. So just to give you a brief overview of what I said there, although of course, please go follow me there, Lightwork2332 if you don't, so you can get the full message. But group number one, this was about the spiritual journey, my light workers, my spiritual workers. I mean, you could also apply this to anything that in regards to life purpose, anything you love to do, anything that you would consider your ideal work situation, or spiritual path, like in regards to your own spiritual journey. Okay, so this was about my revolutionaries, my hierophants, the people who are highly spiritual, who have undergone or who've had a hard time with the energies as of late, but who are being inspired to take it to their next level in their life purpose or in their spiritual work. You guys are seeing a lot of synchronicities confirming which way to go. You may be inclined to travel somewhere, journey somewhere, road trip out in nature, or specific spiritual places, or just a particular location that your soul is being called to. With this world card as well, could be overseas, could be long distance. Spirit is reminding you, group number one, that you are this revolutionary. You do have a greater purpose, and you are being guided to take action, to maybe learn something new in regards to your spiritual journey. Take a class, a webinar on alchemy I just heard, or on energetic practices, because I do feel like you're picking up on a lot of collective energy here with this card. And Archangel Sandalphon is here, asking you to be very gentle with yourself and surround yourself with situations and people and experiences that bring you peace and that are gentle, right? Because you are undergoing like this deep integration, this deep level up, and with that sometimes comes purging situations, tower moments, etc. Spirit is saying that this is part of your path. The universe is at your disposal. You do have that wand. You do direct the energy. And so take inspired action from that place of wholeness, that place of, from your spiritual sense, your intuition, your connection to spirit, right? Now, what I said on IG was that I was going to expand on what it is this revolutionary thing is about you. So I will be pulling here from this life purpose deck to see group number one, maybe give a little bit more insight into what this spiritual action is, or where this traveling might be if we see any of that here. So let's see. Light and love. Your purpose is to bring divine healing light and love to the world. So yeah, this is definitely my light workers. I definitely feel like you're being invited to take on like more spiritual experiences. Okay, however that may be. For some of you, that may involve shrooms, as you see there. But for others of you, it doesn't have to be that. It could just mean being outside, being in nature. You have support. Your life purpose fully supports you. So spirit is being vague. And I think spirit is being vague because there's so many of you, and this can manifest in so many different ways. And as the revolutionary, this would be something that's really specific to you. Okay? Really specific to you and your spiritual abilities. Come on, spirit, give us a little more than this, please. Ooh, for some of you, I see you being called to Japan for some reason. I see the lotus there. I don't know why that reminded me of Japan. Or for some of you, like a lake house or something like that. I also did see the woods earlier. So you also may be called to go on like a trip, or maybe to like Greece or Italy. That looks like Greece or Italy in the back there. Or a cruise. Could be a cruise as well. You have leadership, so take charge of the situation. Yeah, you definitely have a lot of angelic support here. So my group number one, you may connect to the angels a lot. Again, Archangel Sandalphon here. I just heard Raziel. What else, spirit? Give us a little bit more specific here. Spiritual teacher. Okay, well, there you go. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. So maybe you're being called to take a class, or to have a spiritual experience out in nature. Again, take whatever action you're being guided to take, because I do feel like you're meant to teach from your experience, and just teach based on, I feel like as a revolutionary, your experience has been unique. And you also have a unique way of taking charge and teaching others. So if you've been guided to do that, Spirit is saying go with it. Go with your instincts. You're seeing synchronicities. It's going to be abundant with that 87 card. It's spiritually guided, right? Practice. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. Yeah, so if you don't feel like you're at the level of spiritual teacher yet, maybe, like I said, taking a class, a seminar can inspire you, can like open a door. I heard maybe connect you to other like-minded beings as well. Yeah, and again, remember I just literally said infinite abundance. So this is going to bring you, if you're worried about abundance, worried about this providing you with the means, the financial means that you need, Spirit is saying don't worry, you're going to have infinite abundance because you're going to be following your heart here, and you do have this mission of light work and spiritual teaching. It says you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So whatever that is, if it involves music, if it involves medicine, you know, your light and love is meant to be there. Okay, you're meant to do what you're being called to do, and to just trust. It says trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. Exactly. Spirit is saying, you know, you're connected, and it is time to decide now. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. Yeah, I feel like don't be worried about abundance. I would be more concerned about being in alignment with what your soul purpose is, because that is going to automatically bring you abundance. Again, I gave you guys a few options as to what this could be. It's gonna differ with all of you. It says plants or animal care. Yeah, I was seeing that here too. So it may have to do with plants or animal care. Your life purpose. You may be seeing 222 as well. You may be calling in other spiritual teachers or other guides that will help you along the way here. Leave toxic environments. Yeah, so perhaps another 2. So 222. So perhaps, you know, your career situation right now is a bit toxic, and you're being asked to leave it. That's also why Spirit is saying be gentle. Choose a different path, a more gentle path. Even if it's out of the ordinary, right? Even if it moves you far away from where you are now, career-wise. Quit complaining. Okay, so if you're complaining in this toxic work environment, Spirit is saying it's time to let this go. It's time to let go what you're currently doing, because it's not really fulfilling you, and it's actually draining your energy. Analytical field. So you may also be in an analytical field. So that's anything with the math and sciences, I would say, are analytical fields, or like psychology, which of course has medicine. Am I committed to self-care? Yeah, Spirit is saying take care of yourself by honoring what you want to do. Look at this, you guys. You're here to heal others. This is definitely my healers. You guys are definitely healers, okay? But you do this in different ways. You may do this through psychology. You may do this through working with plants and animals. You may do this with teaching others how to care for themselves, self-care. You may do this with traveling and doing seminars wherever you go, because you're called to different places and different cultures and people. Again, Spirit is saying make sure to take care of your own energy in the process, okay? Anything that is toxic, you should be leaving, because it's not for you. You're meant to grow beyond that box, okay? And heal yourself and others in the process. Okay, group number 1, so I hope that this resonated here for you. I am going to move on to the extended for group number 2. Let me put these away real quick. All right. I guess we'll just move these to the side for now. All right, group number 2. Yeah. So group number 2, you were going through a healing. While group number 1 was more like the healers, group number 2, you're going through a deep healing. Things were falling away from you, as I said, on IG. If you haven't seen the first half of this reading, go ahead and see it on IG. My handle is Lightwork2332. You guys may have a hard time speaking right now, because I just like fumbled all over my words. And this is part of what you're healing, and it kind of looks like he's aiming at the throat chakra there. Again, you may connect with the Jesus energy a lot. And I do feel like Spirit is helping you heal, expressing your truth. It's also aligning you. I feel like people are falling away in your life, and Spirit is saying that this is part of your process, part of your spiritual process to ascend. You also got, the spirituality. You're on the spiritual journey. It feels like you're going through like maybe a dark night of the soul, or like, a triggering, a healing phase or moments where you're being asked to really look at where you're at on the journey. I also feel like there's a death of an old cycle with you, group number 1. You're connecting to your guides, Archangel Azrael, here for you. You're being asked to let go of your worries and feel the loving blessings of your spiritual journey, of your spiritual guides, the ascended masters around you. And you're now being guided to move forward, to take a leap of faith, even though things may appear dark, as I mentioned on IG. Even though things may appear dark right now, you are having this third eye activation. You are healing at a profound level. And I feel like it's all your 7 chakras. You're getting like a Kundalini awakening. First I said throat chakra, but now I'm seeing all of them. I just feel like your 7 chakras are activating. You're having a full-on Kundalini awakening. And Spirit is saying you have to choose this path. It will not drag you, like I said on IG. It will not drag you. You do have to choose it. And you do have to sit with yourself to listen to your guides who are sending you messages. Because I feel like you're kind of like asking what to do, but you're not really sitting still enough to listen to that. Okay, and as you do, you will receive clarity, but this does require patience on your end. And 1 + 6 is 7. So 666, 777 may be something that you guys are seeing a lot right now. And I promised you guys that I would help you identify what it is you're healing. So let me see if Spirit will give us anything else. What is my group number 2 healing here specifically? Even though I just said that, I channeled some more info about that. Happiness. Yeah, I feel like you haven't been very happy lately because you're going through this dark night. But Spirit is saying happiness is coming. You're also healing your sacral chakra as well. Again, I feel like it's a whole chakra awakening. Whole Kundalini awakening. Yeah, sadness. Exactly. You're healing your emotions. 100% healing your emotions. And you're going through a reflection. So there may be situations in your life that are reflecting sadness in your life or causing sadness in your life, maybe things that caused happiness before. And Spirit is saying, the spiritual journey is like a roller coaster sometimes that we all want to get off. But use it as a mirror exercise. What is it reflecting to you, right? It's illuminating your pain for a reason, my group number 2. Okay, if right now you are, your spiritual self, your spiritual body is going through an overhaul. And what it's doing is waking you up to your own pain through the reflections of these experiences, or a reflection of your wounding in your experience. And Spirit is saying, have faith here. Have faith in your process. Yes, it can be painful. It can be hard, but you're rising in consciousness. Okay? It's not something the logical mind can easily put in a box. Okay? The spiritual journey is not linear. Okay? Not linear. What else do you want to give group number 2? Anything else here, Spirit, to navigate? Yeah, you're going through shadow work. Yep, I definitely get that. It says fear, pain, trauma, dark night. Literally what I just said. Okay, so you guys are going through some shadow. But Spirit is saying your guides are with you. Remember that they're here saying hello. We're here with you. You're not alone. Okay, you're not alone. Have patience with your process. Okay, you are going through a complete level up on the spiritual journey. Just trust it. Trust your process. Yeah, you're healing. Exactly. Shadow work, inner child work. So you are doing some inner child work right now. Whenever you see like triggering experiences, specifically with family or loved ones, try to think back as to when these patterns started, or when these reactions, or where you learned to react the way that you do, or process emotion the way that you do. Think back to your relationship with your mother and father. And that's hard. That's deep shadow work, and that's inner child work. But it's needed. It's needed, definitely. I just did a webinar on inner child work. So home, belonging, origin, comfort. Yeah, I do feel like inner child work is huge for you right now. The home. What happened in the home? How did your parents reflect love to you? How did your parents reflect communication to you? You are going through a purge, a cleanse, a clear, a release. But this is ultimately for your benefit, group number 2. Like, there are happier times coming in. So you're clearing this lower dimensional stuff so that you can make room for happiness. And I'm also being called to tell you that with every low moment, there's an equal high moment up ahead. So again, have patience. Right? Have patience with yourself, have patience with your process, have patience with anything that is falling away, because it will be bringing you clarity. It absolutely will. And it may not make sense now because you're like knee deep in your emotion, but Spirit is saying it definitely will in the future. Okay, so just have a little bit more patience with your process. I know that that's easier said than done. My group number 2, shadow work is not easy. Inner child work is not easy. But it doesn't have to be hard either. You just got to stop resisting. You got to stop resisting to it and just accept that this is where you're at on this journey at this time. Okay, so group number 2, I hope that that resonated. Again, if you missed the first part of this reading, you can go ahead and find me on IG at lightwork2332. Please subscribe here, like, comment, and do the same over there. I love your support. I love your comments. And obviously it always just encourages me to continue to do this work. Okay, so now I will be moving on to group number 3. And I have so many decks here, so give me a second, you guys, just to kind of clean up this mess so that I can make room for you guys. All right, group number 3, here we go. Oh no, this is group number 2. Oh no. All right, so group number 3, what do we got? All right, so I remember group number 3, you guys are going through an ego death at this time. You're going through some mirror exercise, reviewing, like I said, I related this pile to to Loki, the show Loki, you know, the variants, how there were different variants of him. Does that kind of look like that? Different versions. You're viewing different versions of yourself right now through the mirror, right? So the 3D is a mirror of your inner state, right? So you're viewing different versions of yourself as you react to different situations. And some of those are old situations. And Spirit is saying, are you reacting the way that you did before? Are you reacting from a more centered place, right? I told you guys that Archangel Raphael is with you through ego deaths. We do go through some sadness. We feel guilt. We feel shame sometimes because of our own decisions and regret even. And Spirit is saying there's no need to do that. There's no need to mutilate yourself, right? Just view everything as a mirror exercise, and you can choose here on out to react from a more healed place. Nothing is set in stone. If you did anything in a reaction to ego, or you let go of a connection that maybe you regret now, I don't know why I'm getting that, but because I did say that I would extend on the relationship here in the extended, because I did get that. Spirit is saying it's not over. 3 + 8 is 11. This is a divine counterpart connection. You are taking a timeout, yes. There is mystery. You're not really sure how to move forward from here in this connection. You've put a lot of work in here. It has made you grow emotionally and psychically, intuitively. Okay, that was for a reason. Connections that are karmic and toxic in nature, they help you grow from leaving them behind. But there are certain connections that you grow together. Okay, and that you may take time outs, but ultimately you come back when you're in alignment again. Okay. And it reminds you that some of these connections are alchemical. They're alchemical in that when we're in low vibration and in ego, they fall out of alignment. But when we heal, right? But when we heal the heart, when we go through this ego death and we understand that we just needed a timeout for realignment, and that all this work isn't lost, you learn that it's you alchemizing this, right? It's both of you through your choices, alchemizing better versions of yourself through this connection, okay? And yeah, sometimes the journey is hard, right? But it doesn't mean that it's not fated or that it's not serving a deeper purpose here, okay? Again, I do feel like passion will be reignited for you in life, in your love life and your career, okay? And I said that I would go a little bit deeper on the connection side here, so I'm gonna do that. So Spirit, tell us about this connection here. Or if you want to tell us about how I feel like also, like maybe what part of what went, I'm sorry, can't even speak. Maybe you're having a hard time communicating with your person, but, so take a deep breath there. Now I forgot. Now it's gone. If you're having a hard time communicating with your person, don't worry. I do feel like this timeout is needed for both of you to alchemize the energy, okay? There's something deeper going on here. You guys are ready to level up, but you weren't going to level up where you guys were at that impasse. But you will in the future, okay? So have faith in that. Yeah, you guys are learning lessons. My group number 3. You guys are learning lessons. And if you were going, now I remember, if you were going through an ego death related to your finances, or like, you know, making money and having the money to be able to provide as this Father of Cups, this King of Cups. Again, water sign was in, I was going to say insinuated there. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is a lesson, okay? This is a lesson. You are learning your lessons here, okay? Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups, you know, there is mutual love here. There is mutual work, inner work being done. Yeah, recognition, exactly. You guys recognize that this is a soul connection. You recognize that these are lessons that you guys have been facing the ego because it's time to level up. New levels for you guys. And maybe you're both wearing a mask right now, or you were when you guys reached that impasse and decided to take a time out. The ego had you wearing a mask, not being completely authentic in this connection. And Spirit is saying that was never going to work that way. You guys were growing by communicating and waking up. Like, you can't go back to unawakened states of dealing with things, right? In order for it to work. For you guys, the winter is indicated, and it's so funny because I'm resonating so much with this pile. So the winter may be a time that you see growth again here, where there's recognition of the lessons. Yeah, after you go through a dark night, exactly, an ego death, where you break down the deception, the inner deception. Okay, because perhaps maybe you guys, you know, you fell out and then you guys started telling yourselves, this was just a lesson. This is, you know, I can't believe I stuck around here for so long. You guys are feeling super abandoned, you know, like this is really over. Like, that's what it's feeling. You guys really felt like this was over, but it's really just an ego death and a dark night of the soul. You're working through some inner child abandonment issues here. You guys are not leaving each other. You guys are still very much connected. Whether you have the awareness to see that right now or not, it depends on where you're at in this cycle. Okay, exactly, inner child. You're going through this ego death and this dark night of the soul because of the inner child work, okay? But you are awakening, okay? For some of you, you're maybe the feminine watching, or maybe the masculine watching this, but you are awakening, okay? Trust the process. Trust that in the past, when you guys fall off, it's because there's you're awakening to unawakened parts of yourself that have to do with the inner child and this fear of abandonment, okay? That tells yourself lies to keep you safe. That's what the ego does, okay? And you were approaching this connection from an unawakened state, from a 3D state, from looking at it from just the 3D, and this is spiritual. And this is what's changing. This is what's transforming for you guys. You guys are transforming through your inner work. Okay, for some of you, it's going to take some time. Like I said, winter time. But ultimately, it's about realignment. And I do feel like you will be realigning group number 3. Yes, divine masculine. Look at that. You will be realigning. Okay. You guys were at a crossroads. Okay. You could have chosen to continue forward together or individually. But ultimately, I feel like you guys are going to come back into union, and you're seeing signs about this. And I do feel like a lot of you resonate with the twin flame journey, okay? And this is in fact your person, and you will be guided to take action when needed. So, oh my gosh, 2332 on the clock when I was about to say, okay, group number 3, I hope that this resonated for you. I do see union in your future, maybe the springtime of next year. Again, don't be too hard set on when that'll happen. Just know that things are realigning through your own inner process as you let go of these inner child issues, these abandonment issues, as you go through this ego death, where you stop viewing the ego, stop viewing things from the ego, stop viewing this relationship from the ego, and start viewing it from the heart. And look at this, divine feminine. So you're both doing this. You're both transforming, you're both realigning, you're both sitting in solitude in order to learn the lessons. So if you guys like this group number 3, please like, subscribe to my channel. Go follow me on Lightwork2232 on IG. Thank you again for tuning in. Sending you much love. Take care.